This is FE Peer Review. The date is April the 12th, 2024. Belief versus Knowledge, the Importance of Semantics. Professor Plink is a channel that I enjoy watching very much. For any of you that are interested in the discussions and debates between theists and atheists, I recommend his channel. That is not a subject of my channel, but it's a subject that I do enjoy following on YouTube. So he put out a very nice video today, and I liked everything he had to say. I think he addressed the issues very well. But he was using some language that I wanted to kind of address in terms of communications strategies. So that's really what this is about. This video is not about the particular theist and atheist issues. It's more about how they're being discussed. We're going to pick up his video at this point, 22 minutes and 46 seconds in. We're going to hear from his theist counterpart, and then we're going to get his response. And then I'm going to talk about some specific words that he used.
To have forgotten how that works.
Science and empiricism ironically rely wholly on immaterial concepts and assumptions that cannot be verified with those methods. When it comes down to it, all knowledge is faith-based.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a fucking idiot.
This is another common saying of presuppositionalists, that all knowledge is faith-based. Hell, I just recently took Professor John Lennox to task for claiming that both science and religion rely on faith, and I'll say to you what I said in response to him. Faith, in the way it applies to science, is not the same as faith as it's used in religion. If I run an experiment, say measuring at what concentration salt water boils at a higher temperature than non-salt water, provided I've done the experiment properly, I have faith in my results. But that's because I've done the work. I have observed and experienced the validity and soundness of my conclusions. Faith in the spiritual, religious, and especially the Christian sense is the assurance of things hoped for, a conviction of things not seen. I don't hope my salt water will boil at 102 degrees Celsius. It isn't a conviction of what I haven't seen. I have seen it. I've experienced it. Faith and science are not on the same playing field. Empiricism and wishful thinking are not on the same level. What you want and what has been experienced are not the same thing.
Now, I left a comment on his video, and I'm just simply going to read my comment. I don't think I can improve on it by winging it, so follow along. It may sound like semantics, but I would recommend against using words like faith when talking about empirical knowledge. It muddies the waters and provides an opening to the apologists, allowing them to take advantage of those muddy waters to sow confusion. I would say that I have confidence in my conclusion about boiling salt water. Confidence, not faith. Careful use of language this way can help to focus the discussion and keep it open and honest. Another example is belief and knowledge. I try to use the words distinctly and separately. Belief is often used by apologists to describe something they accept as reality without nature-based evidence. It always rubs me the wrong way when people say they, quote, believe in science. No, don't believe it. Rather have the confidence to say that we know it. I don't believe in gravity. I know gravity is a real phenomenon. I know because we have a history of hundreds of years of scientific validation. Now, nothing in science is known 100%. Probability is the basis of science. We always keep the door open for the possibility of new evidence to challenge our current understanding. But when 100 million apples fall off 1 million apple trees and always fall to the ground, that is a strong evidential basis for knowing, not believing, gravity to be a real phenomenon of which we have a very good, not perfect, understanding. Now, I personally am not a nuclear physicist, so when a well-respected, highly qualified nuclear physicist says something about nuclear fusion, do I believe him? Or do I accept what he is saying as accurate and consequently can say that I know what he is saying is correct and true? I don't believe him. I know what he is saying is correct. I am confident in the accuracy of his statement. even though I don't have the personal knowledge or expertise to confirm it myself. And if it turns out he is mistaken, not deceitfully wrong, I'm still confident because I know that those within his field will correct him and the accurate knowledge is there somewhere. Why can I be confident in his statement? This is because we are a society, a group of people who depend on each other to guarantee the survival of the group. This is likely a result of evolutionary influences that formed our species. As members of this type of group, trust is essential to our relationships and its successful functioning. Among other things, trust allows the specialization that enables us to have nuclear physicists who know nothing about the engineering of concrete structures, and people like myself who know about the engineering of concrete structures and next to nothing about nuclear physics. We both benefit. We have also codified into our ethics the importance of trust at all levels. We have an almost visceral response to the breaking of trust, to spouses who cheat, people who steal, etc. We've even gone so far as to make laws against certain kinds of betrayals of trust. And when reputable scientists betray trust through plagiarism, falsified data, the consequences may include complete ostracism from their field and loss of their income. So I think it is advisable to use words like belief and knowledge distinctly and not to speak of things like faith in science. Now, I've brought this all up in the context of a video that's touching on religion, but in fact it's a basic communications issue, and it applies just as well to people involved in flat earth discussions and all kinds of conspiracy discussions, and even in regular, everyday conversations about serious topics. We might want to strive to be as clear as we can in our choice of words and the definitions those words have. Being aware of ambiguity and trying to avoid ambiguity by clarifying our intentions in our definitions. Anyhow, I just wanted to share that thought with you all. I hope you're all having a great weekend and looking forward to spring, which has finally arrived here in my beautiful corner of France. Took forever this year, but it's here and it's a pleasure. So that's all for today. This is FE Peer Review. If you enjoyed this, please remember to click the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.